Are you about to start a new project but feeling unsure about what risks could potentially derail your efforts? Wondering how to identify potential threats early and create a solid risk mitigation plan? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome back to our channel NxtChair. In today's video, we'll be breaking down how to conduct an effective risk assessment during the project initiation phase so you can safeguard your project from the get-go. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools you need to avoid potential pitfalls before they happen. If this is your first time here, we're all about helping you become a project management pro. Whether you are leading a small team or managing complex initiatives, our How To series gives you practical, step-by-step guides to ensure your projects succeed. So, if you're serious about mastering project management, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your team. Got questions? Drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Introduction to risk assessment. Alright, let's jump into today's topic, risk assessment during the project initiation phase. Why is this such a critical step in the project management process? Think of project initiation as laying the foundation of a building. If you don't get it right from the start, you'll encounter structural issues later that could jeopardize the entire project. Risk assessment is like a blueprint. It helps you spot weak areas before they turn into bigger problems. Now, every project comes with its own set of uncertainties, whether it's related to timelines, resources, budgets, or technology. And while you can't predict the future, what you can do is anticipate potential problems. That's where a risk assessment comes in. During the project initiation phase, you are tasked with defining the project's scope, objectives, stakeholders, and resources. At this point, you are also identifying risks, which are essentially the things that could go wrong or obstacles that could arise. A well-conducted risk assessment allows you to foresee these challenges before they hit, so you can either prevent them entirely or be ready with a mitigation strategy. For example, imagine you're starting a project to launch a new software product. What could go wrong? A key developer might leave mid-project, a necessary piece of software might become incompatible, or market conditions might change. All of these are risks you need to think about upfront. By conducting a risk assessment early, you are positioning yourself to deal with these situations proactively, rather than reactively. If you don't assess these risks in the project initiation phase, they can snowball later, often when it's too late or too costly to address them. Unforeseen risks can lead to budget overruns, missed deadlines, decreased quality, and even project failure. A risk assessment doesn't just help you prepare for worst-case scenarios. It also helps set expectations with your stakeholders, builds confidence within your team, and creates a shared understanding of the challenges ahead. It becomes part of your planning process and allows you to better allocate resources, manage schedules, and set realistic milestones. In short, a solid risk assessment helps you go into your project with eyes wide open. You're not leaving anything to chance, you are preparing for both the best and worst case scenarios. And remember, it's not about eliminating all risks. That's often impossible. It's about being ready to manage and mitigate those risks so that they don't derail your project. By the way, if you're finding this breakdown helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more project management tips that will help you manage projects with confidence. If you have questions about risk assessment, drop them in the comments. I'm here to help. Let's dive into the step-by-step process for conducting an effective risk assessment. Step 1. Identify potential risks. The first step in any risk assessment is identifying the potential risks. Start by asking key questions like: what could go wrong? Where are the vulnerabilities in the project? Are there external factors that could impact us? Have we encountered similar risks in past projects? Consider both internal and external factors. Internal risks might include resource limitations, team skills, or project scope changes, while external risks could be market fluctuations, legal issues, or changes in technology. Involve your project team, stakeholders, and subject matter experts in brainstorming potential risks. Their diverse perspectives will help ensure that no stone is left unturned. If you're finding this information useful so far, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical project management guides like this one. Step 2. Categorize the risks. Once you've identified potential risks, the next step is to categorize them. Grouping risks helps you better understand the areas where your project may be vulnerable. Typical categories include 1. Technical risks. For example, your technology may fail or a software feature might not work as planned. 2. Financial risks. Could there be budget overruns or unexpected costs? 3. Schedule risks. Are there any delays or tight deadlines that may cause slippage? 4. Resource risks. Are there key team members or materials that might not be available when you need them? 5. External risks. These might include regulatory changes, market shifts, or even environmental factors like a pandemic. Categorizing the risks makes it easier to see where your greatest vulnerabilities lie and helps you prioritize which risks to focus on. Step 3. Assess the impact and probability. After categorizing the risks, the next step is to assess their impact and probability. Not all risks are created equal. Some could be minor annoyances, while others could completely derail your project. You can use a simple matrix for this. 1. Probability. How likely is the risk to occur? Low, medium, or high? 2. Impact. If the risk does occur, how severe will the impact be? Will it affect your project's timeline, budget, or quality? This step is crucial for prioritizing risks. Risks with a high probability and high impact should be addressed first, while those with low probability and low impact might not need immediate action. Step 4. Develop a risk response plan. Now that you've assessed the probability and impact, it's time to create a risk response plan. This is where you define how you'll address each risk if it occurs. There are generally 4 ways to handle risks. Avoid. Take steps to prevent the risk from occurring. Mitigate. Reduce the impact or probability of the risk. Transfer. Pass the risk to someone else, such as through insurance or outsourcing. Accept. Acknowledge the risk and prepare to deal with it if it happens, but don't take any proactive steps. For each high priority risk, outline the specific actions your team will take to address the risk. Who is responsible? What resources will be needed? When does this plan need to be executed? Having these details in place will ensure your team knows exactly what to do when a risk arises. Step 5. Monitor and review risks. The final step is to monitor and review your risks throughout the project lifecycle. Just because you've identified risks upfront doesn't mean your job is done. Risks evolve over time, and new ones may emerge as your project progresses. Set regular intervals, perhaps at the end of each project phase, to review the risk register and adjust your response plans as necessary. Stay proactive. Effective risk management is an ongoing process, not a one-time task. By the way, if this step-by-step guide is helping you improve your project management skills, don't forget to like this video, share it with your team, and subscribe to our channel for more actionable tips. Benefits of risk assessment. Now that we've gone through the steps of conducting an effective risk assessment, let's take a moment to highlight why it's such a critical part of project management, especially in the initiation phase. 1. Early identification of potential challenges. Spot risks before they become bigger problems, allowing you to address them proactively. 2. Mitigation plans in place. Have strategies ready to handle risks, preventing disruptions to the project's progress. 3. Efficient resource allocation. Allocate time, budget, and personnel effectively by understanding where risks may arise, avoiding last-minute costs or delays. 4. Clear stakeholder expectations. Communicate potential risks and mitigation plans upfront, reducing surprises and building stakeholder confidence. 5. Minimize disruptions. By planning for risks early, you ensure a smoother project execution with fewer unexpected setbacks. 6. Stronger project start. A risk assessment sets the project off on a well-prepared, solid foundation, reducing the likelihood of failure later on. 7. Informed decision making. Better visibility into risks allows for more strategic choices throughout the project lifecycle. These points summarize the benefits of a well-conducted risk assessment during the project initiation phase. By following these steps, you can ensure your project gets off to a strong start, no matter what risks come your way. Conclusion and next steps. So there you have it, a step-by-step guide to conducting an effective risk assessment during the project initiation phase. With a clear risk management strategy in place, you are setting yourself up for success from the very beginning. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more project management tips that will take your skills to the next level. And of course, if you have any questions about risk assessment or other aspects of project management, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, let me know what topics you'd like us to cover in future videos. Your feedback helps us create content that's tailored to your needs. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more step-by-step guides to help you become a project management expert. Until next time, keep managing your projects like a pro.